Hello UGC NET aspirants, how are you all? I hope you're doing fine and preparing well for your upcoming exam. So today I want to speak about a very important topic, that is how to deal with mathematical economics. So as you all know that your paper 2 consists of 10 units where one of the units is mathematical economics. Now mathematical economics might look, a very unimportant topic to you if you're an economics student, but it can be a make or break for your case. For example, it can make you clear for UGC NET if you are lagging behind in other areas. So if you attempt 2, 3 more questions of mathematics, you can clear UGC NET. And if you are thorough and if you feel that you can crack UGC NET, but you're lacking for UGC JRF, then these mathematical economics marks can be a make or break to make you crack UGC NET JRF examination. It might look very overwhelming. There are so many topics, but you have to be very, very smart in how to choose topics, what to study. So here I will tell you how to make your strategy or how to study for mathematical economics there in the syllabus, and you have to maximize your input towards few topics which have been recurrent in the previous examinations. Okay, so I will jot it down for you in very simple terms. Let us see. So you can see that there are so many terms written over here: sets, functions and continuity, sequence, series, differential calculus and applications, linear algebra, matrices, vector spaces, static optimization problems and their applications, input-output model, linear programming, difference and differential equations with application. So first of all, the level of the exam is not very difficult. So the mathematics questions are not very difficult. Then there are few topics which are very important. For example, the topic sets. The questions are recurring, they're coming every year and they are simple. Okay. Then you should know functions and continuity. You should know differential calculus. Now, what you should know in differential calculus, it's a very vast area. So you should know differentiation and you should know integration, simple differentiation and integration. So you should know the standard formulae of differentiation and integration. This year itself, there were 3 questions on integration, only on integration in the paper in UGC NET December, okay, 2024. So this time, the focus was on integration. So every year they shift. Sometimes they'll ask you questions on differentiation. Sometimes they'll ask you question on integration. So from differential calculus, you need to do these 2 topics very, very thoroughly. Then from linear algebra, you should focus on matrices only. Vector spaces have never been asked. So focus on matrices, addition of matrices, subtraction of matrices, rank of a matrix, how to calculate determinant of a matrix. So when you're doing matrices, you have to do every term on matrices. Not very hi-fi, but you should know what is dimension of a matrix, how to add matrices, how to multiply matrices, what is determinant of a matrix, what is inverse of a matrix, and simple properties of these terms. What is a singular matrix, what is a non-singular matrix. So these terms are very important. So you should focus on matrices. Then the next one is static optimization problems and their applications. This is not a very important topic. They have never asked this. In fact, static optimization problems is nothing but some sort of linear programming only. So linear programming is nothing but maximization or minimization of a linear function, of an objective linear function. So you have to focus on linear programming. So in linear programming, they will most probably not ask you how to solve a linear programming problem, but then solving a linear programming problem is not very difficult. Theory has to be very strong. So when does the maxima and minima exist? Where does it exist? When is the maxima minima unique? When there are 2 points where maxima minima exist? Are there 2 points where maxima minima exist, or are there infinite number of points? So you have to do theory on linear programming in a very nice way. They have been asked very, very frequently. And then the last is differential equations. Again, not a very popular concept. Differential equations has rarely been asked, same with difference equations. So if you look overall, there are some important topics which should not be ignored. Sets, matrices, okay. So 1, 2, then you should know functions and continuity. Again, not very important. Important is differentiation and integration. And then you have to do linear programming. So what you have to remember while preparing for mathematical economics is that you cannot ignore it, because they're asking questions. This year they have asked 3 questions on integration, not very difficult. If you remember the standard formula, you will be able to do those kind of problems. So you cannot ignore these topics: sets, matrices, functions and continuity, differentiation and integration, and linear programming. Others have rarely been asked. So if you are short of time, but you cannot let go of these marks, and you should not let go of these marks, you should focus on these topics Last time they had focused on integration. That means differentiation and integration becomes really important. So calculus is important, sets and matrices are important, linear programming is important, and simple questions on functions are important. So you have to focus on your concepts, some theory. They will not ask you very high-fi questions, and terms related to a particular topic. So if you're doing matrices, you should know all kind of matrices. If you're doing differentiation, you should know all the standard formulae. If you're doing linear programming, you should know all the theory related to it. So please do not leave mathematical economics. Even if you dedicate 1 week to it, you will be able to clear it. And if you want help, Edusure is there. We have curated content for mathematical economics in our portal. So you can have a demo session with us and you can see what we offer you. Thank you very much. All the best for your journey.